Brothers Pictures.
Mystery Inc. reunites.
Scooby and his crew are back on the case. Scooby-doo.
My favourite childhood show was Scooby-doo, hence why the 2002 Scooby-doo movie was my favourite childhood movie. As corny as the movie may seem today, compared to other talking animal buddy films like Sonic the Hedgehog, this movie was incredible in 2002. Just think about it this way: young Dragon loved Scooby-Doo, he loved Scooby, he loved Shaggy, Shaggy was like his idol, and to see them on the big screen, in live action, it was honestly like a dream come true finding out that this movie existed as a kid. And if you're an avid viewer of the channel, or an avid viewer of my Twitch streams, you probably know how much Shaggy and the gang mean to me. Doesn't know me or my channel, I'm 2EasyDragon, and I'm a VR streamer. And back in May of this year, and this is for anyone who doesn't know me or hasn't seen my content before, which is probably most people watching this. Hi, by the way. Sub, please. But I changed my avatar in Rec Room from this Luffy looking guy to, of course, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. And this became a bit of a meme, not just in my community, but kind of just in my general Rec Room bubble, in like the Rec Room Twitch community, of me being Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. And one of my favourite things to do at the minute is going into the rec centre and seeing people's reaction to Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. I'm gonna roll a clip of me walking into the rec centre and you guys can see people's reactions. Enjoy. It's the real Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Can you do a Shaggy impression? I can't because I'm English.
No, I really can't, honestly.
I'm freaking Scooby.
Okay, so enough of that. Let's get on to what this video is really about. So I started working on this project on, I kid you not, October 10th. And for a bit of context now, it's now October 26th. And Dragon, I hear you ask, what project exactly is this? A lot of people don't know this, but I genuinely have a lot of interest in lost media. I quite regularly visit the Lost Media Wiki to see if there's anything new on there, anything that I'm particularly interested in. And of course in the past there has been a lot of stuff, but it's always led to dead end. So when I was searching on the 10th of October, I was very intrigued when I saw this. I was even more intrigued when I found out that this entire piece of media is still deemed completely lost. So I decided to try and solve this mystery myself. So fire up the mystery machine, grab yourself some Scooby stacks, as I tell you the story of the lost R-rated Scooby-Doo movie.
In the seas cooking with the
Scooby-Doo 2002 began production in February of 2001. As far as we know, the movie was always planned for a 2002 release, and was directed by James Gunn, who you may know from series like Guardians of the Galaxy. Early in production, the film was intended to have a more satirical tone towards the original franchise, as well as skew towards an older audience with a PG-13 rating planned. The original script had a lesbian relationship subplot involving Velma and Daphne, as well as multiple marijuana gags and more mature themes. Mary Jane was also said to have been removed from the movie, meaning more dynamic scenes with Scooby and Shaggy, which, honestly, I would have genuinely preferred because it just holds so much nostalgia for the original series. And that's it! Other than a Facebook post from James Gunn himself, and the movie's original draft poster, that's all that's documented on the Lost Media Wiki. But I wasn't happy with this. I wanted more information, so I've done some digging, and I've possibly found some more things about the Scooby-Doo movie. The first thing that I found was actually quite surprising. A possible Reddit link that could have led to the movie's original script. And upon clicking the link, it had long expired. A friend of mine had the idea of using the Wayback Machine to try and recover the link, but no, still the link just completely failed. This really sucked, but I found a summary of what could have possibly been on the other side of the link. Now just take everything I'm about to say with a grain of salt, because it's all hypothetical. Chances are this could be very real, considering that it was also on the Reddit post where the script was posted. But once again, it could all also be fake, so just be cautious of that. The thread reads, "This is actually an early draft I mentioned. It's not too bad from what I read. The draft is overly long though, but I was trying to find something more closely resembling to the original release of the film. A few points of interest from my above script. The character of Mary Jane appears to be absent. Shaggy does not have a love interest. There's an early victim of Spooky Island who's his cousin though. Fred and Daphne have previously been involved in an explicitly sexual relationship. Someone spikes Velma's drink and she gets extremely drunk to the point of taking off her top. What the f***? Okay. And finally, there's a more focused character arc between Shaggy and Scoob, and since there's no love subplot, mucking things up works a lot better. And it gets a bit stranger, soul-swapping stuff. A scene where Daphne and Velma make out to swap their souls around. Crazy, that must have been added in a later draft as the studio was aiming towards a GPG rating. I don't know about you, but I think Velma and Daphne would make a great couple. Just no soul swapping, please. Please don't do that. Still, this information wasn't definite, and I wanted answers. I wanted to know if this cut existed because it sounds pretty awesome to me. So, I reached out to the big man himself. I reached out to James Gunn. Now, funnily enough, I couldn't actually find an email that wasn't to do with hiring him as an agent or hiring him as a cast member. So, I had to reach out through Instagram DM. And to absolutely no surprise, he blanked me. Now, I need to get this video out for Halloween, so if James Gunn ever does respond, I'll put it in a pinned comment down below, or I'll probably make a follow-up video. But I highly doubt it, because James Gunn is understandably a very busy man, who probably doesn't check his Instagram DMs as much as he checks his email, which I couldn't find. Now, I also pondered whether to contact Warner Bros, considering that they were the publishing company for the movie. I decided against this because companies as tight as Warner Bros never usually release this stuff, and it's not because they probably don't want to. There's probably some people in Warner Bros who work there who are as interested in this as I am. It's more to do with security. I really want to work more on this case, but it's going to take some time, and I hope with the help of people in the lost media community, and some people in the Scooby-Doo community, we can one day crack this, and it won't become lost to time. That's what I hope, at least. I really don't want this to become another piece of lost media. And chances are, it's probably sat in Warner Bros.' archives somewhere. I really hope they pull a Justice League and plan on releasing the Snyder Cut, I guess you could call it, even though... it would be the original Gunn Cut. Yeah, that's catchy. I really hope that they do that, and they release this officially at some point, but maybe James Gunn still has hold of it, and maybe he'll release it just out of the goodness of his heart. And as a Scooby-Doo fan, I would love that. It honestly shocked me when I learned that so many other people were interested in learning about this version of the movie. Taking to Scooby-doo Reddit, the amount of people who commented on the post, praying that this mystery could be solved, and it just, honestly, it amazes me how many people this interests, and I really hope that something can be done to uncover it. Hopefully I'll be able to follow this up with a part 2, because hopefully something more will happen in solving this case. But for now, too easy dragging out, and kind of sad that we couldn't solve the mystery. But hey, we made advancements, and that's all that matters. We're getting closer and closer. So I hope this video was a good documentation of the movie, and goodbye.